compared to how I'm addressing it now. Two different things. So I'm going to stay in this mode right now. But understand one thing. Lord Jamar, you have every opportunity to step to me. Step to me, man. We can do it. I'm saying, let's do like a boxing match. You and me. Let's do a boxing match. Me and Lord Jamar, and we'll donate the money towards hip hop education.
What's up, man?
In it.
Lazy
And
legs?
yeah, lazy legs is in it.
Oh, there's a lazy legs?
Crazy, lazy.
Shout outs to Forgotten Kings Forgotten Kings TV 2.0, man. It's just kind of crazy, right? We're gonna listen to what Crazy Legs had to say. Crazy Legs is one of the original B-boys. Original B-boys, right? It's one of the original B-boys that was in Beat Street and all of that. That's when hip hop really like took off. It was already happening, but it took off. Shout outs to Crazy Legs from the Bronx. I'm not picking no sides. I'm not choosing nothing, but this shit is getting out of hand now. This is what the rap game is all about now. This is what hip hop is all about. Our legends are beefing with each other. We gonna get into this shit, man. I'm gonna let this shit play real quick.
Because
What's good? Yes. Oh, man. I've been getting a lot of calls about clown season again. Then again, Halloween is coming, so I guess the clowns are out. And people are like, people asking me, when you gonna say something about this dude, Lord Jamar? He was on Godfrey's show, and he called you lazy legs. Like, that shit's gonna that's gonna have an impact on me. But just for the sake of the topic of Latinos and our contributions to hip hop, and how people who were not there,
Salute.
not even part of the fabric, have something to say about the history of Latinos in hip hop. It's mind-boggling, because if you're talking about Lord Jamar, dude wasn't there. Like, dude really wasn't there.
What's good?
Here's the thing. Dude had every opportunity to say something to me to my face when I saw him at the De La Soul party, and he was copping please. And, and then he wanted to give me a hug too. Like, and then as I hugged him, I was like, yeah, you see, I hug assholes too, And that was basically like, what's up? Like, when I saw him at the De La Soul show, me and one of my dudes, I was like, yo, my man, what's up? We good? We good? Like, what's up? We good? And it wasn't like, hello, how are you doing? It was like, yo, my man, are we good? And he copped please. He didn't have nothing to say. He didn't want to really say anything to me. He tried to talk to someone else and argue with Puerto Rico Rob instead. And basically played himself,
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Shout outs to everybody that's tuned in, tapped in, whatever, man. We gonna get into this. Happy holidays if you celebrate the holiday. To you and yours, man, we getting right into this, man. Crazy Legs responds. So it seems like this been going on for quite some time, that this addressing this origin of hip hop situation has really been a topic and has really been bothering a lot of people. And all it does is it's just showing division, man, because it's not making no sense, it's not adding up, and it's not looking good. Crazy Legs makes some points because Crazy Legs was around when it was formulating. I'm not taking nothing away from Lord Jamal and his contributions in the game. I know him. I keep it real. He don't do nothing for the city he from, but he's quick to elaborate on other situations where he should just be a spectator in. He's a student of the hip hop, just like everybody else. So you can't come out here and say anything in relations to a person who was involved with the situations before you took off with it. But what makes this whole thing look bad now, right, is now, shout outs to y'all tapping in, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. What makes this look bad is that, here it is, two black men going at each other, challenging each other. Who's gonna have the broader machismo and poke their chest out further? Now people want to compensate and put money behind the situation because it's all humor to them. This is especially for Lord Jamal, Crazy Legs, Fat Joe, man. Y'all know what y'all doing? Y'all making it, y'all are about to turn this into a racial thing, and y'all don't even see it brewing this way. And it shouldn't even be racial because we all come from the same race. And this is a younger brother speaking to y'all. It's disturbing because for the last 30 years, nobody heard about no foundations of black Americans unless it was being done in the quiet. Nobody heard that, because if you are going to a point and you claiming that hip hop is yours, everything has to do with hip hop. The way you dress, the way you speak, the way you move, the way you dance, all of this, right? And this is a question for the the FBA? Where y'all at in the forefront when these black individuals and these Spanish individuals are getting mistreated by the government, beat up by the police? I didn't see the FBA come out when bigger political things was happening. If y'all black founders, if y'all foundational black Americans, then y'all got to speak on everything with the foundation of the black Americans in this country. A lot of black men are getting falsely accused, drugs planted on them, gunned down in the street, and nobody who wants to take charge and speak on this hip hop shit and act like they started it and own anything. The real problem is we are being mistreated in these streets. So to all of y'all who's going on about this shit, how are y'all speaking about the injustices that's happening to black and brown people out here? Because all this don't make sense. Everybody's talking about this
I get it.
Everybody's talking about this hip hop shit, right? And the Caucasians is the one who run the hip hop. It started it, but black and Spanish people didn't keep it because, let's be real, white people own it. This is no disrespect towards races or nothing. I'm just stating facts. You get your contracts from who? If you got a label and you black, you still get distribution from a Caucasian. Everybody thought Def Jam was it. Def Jam was ran by Leo Cohen. Leo Cohen's not black or Spanish. He had a lot of blacks and Spanish people in places where they was making money and feeling like they was in control of everything, but nobody of color owned it. Nobody still owns it. The thing that is troubling in this whole situation is Lord Jamal and Fat Joe have a mutual friend in common, which is Sadat X. Shout outs to the Lord Sadat X. Crazy Legs is connected. How he's connected, he could tap into Fat Joe. This can easily be a sit down. What's happening is our own people are going at each other. The start of the division is starting to happen.
You know, this is how he makes his money, getting, causing division and trying to speak on topics that he has no.
It's happening each way. They both causing division. Because it shouldn't be a back and forth on the internet. And these vlogs know what they're doing because they pay these individuals to give up their response to the situation that could easily be resolved with a phone call.
First-hand knowledge on. So I get that. That's his grift. He's a grifter, and that's what he wants to do. Knock yourself out, my man. Knock yourself out, because it's foolishness. It's division, and it's only gonna last so long. And I think the way I would prefer to address it compared to how I'm addressing it now, two different things. So I'm going to stay in this mode right now. But understand one thing. Lord Jamar, you have every opportunity to step to me. Step to me, man. We can do it. I'm saying, let's do like a boxing match, you and me. There's no boxing match, me and Lord Jamar, and we'll donate the money towards hip-hop education.
Lord Jamar, all call-outs are mandatory. You know that from growing up in the town. Now, I'm not promoting this, but it's a celebrity boxing match to donate money towards hip-hop. Take the challenge. Now it's bigger than hip-hop. You represent a city I'm from now. Now, even if it's for a good cause, man, get out there and show that you could defend that situation. Show you stand on what you believe in. And this started from simple dialogue. This is the bad thing about it, because celebrity boxing gets all the motherfucking fame from this shit. Now my two black elders are starting to look crazy. And they sitting back just doing this shit. These two individuals particularly are going to start catching views and fame and traction because of something so ignorant as going at each other. Granted, these comments that was made about these men, they could have went through a straight up mutual person. They could have made this shit happen, and that could have been that, right? Nah, it's crazy.
Trying to move the needle in terms of the conversation of hip hop in a manner that disrespects Latinos. I say, yo, let's have some fun. Let's go and jump in the ring, and let's make some money, and we can donate it towards people who are struggling after the hurricanes in Florida. Let's do some good, because up to this point, you've only been doing horribly bad, and I mean horribly bad, and your attempt to cause division has only caused people to want to learn more, and as they learn more, I mean, one of the things they find out is that you weren't there. Everyone's finding out. Lord Jamar wasn't there. Look.
And he's correct. You wasn't there, bro. You said it yourself in your interviews and everything else. You studied the game and you became an artist when you became an artist, but when it originally started, you wasn't there. So for you to speak on something that you wasn't there to help create, like you was there, that's wrong, big bro. Like for real. That's wrong though. And I'm a younger from the town you from, and I'm telling you that's wrong how you approach that situation. I don't care what research you did, what knowledge you got from shit. You going at somebody that was really stomping them fucking grounds at that time that shit was happening. He was learning the art of how to boogaloo and break dance, nigga. Was you in Beat Street? That's what I gotta ask you, Lord Jamar. You talking a lot like you was around all that shit was when it started. Was you in Bombada's house? Bambada's house? Was you around the DJs Red Alert back then when they was first starting and niggas was learning how to scratch a record? Ah man.
But Jamar is several years younger, and Lord Jamar was in a different county. And how old could Lord Jamar have been when all this was happening? Like when you start doing the math and the geography, you realize that his credibility is shot. You know, but yeah, Lord Jamar, what's up, man? Want to jump in the ring? Let's...
Crazy Legs got a point. And there's a lot of comments floating around. Pro Jamal, pro Crazy Legs. I'm not getting on either side, but I listen to both sides. And Lord Jamal, you are looking bad. The more you make people want to look into this shit now, everything that you stating is looking crazy, bro. Like for real, it's looking real crazy, bro. I'm not saying for them because Mima Wilson, we not trying to promote the boxing. A simple sit down can stop all this shit because understanding is what everybody's trying to reach. How we go from dialogue to niggas wanting to box in the ring, it doesn't make no sense. That means it's no longer intellectual, it becomes emotional now. So that's why I say they need to sit down. But I still feel how I feel about Lord Jamal. He don't do shit for the city he from and the people that supported him. Gangster. I stand on my shit. I don't change my shit up. I ain't changing my shit up. I keep it that way. But if people are putting shit out there and then Crazy Legs responds to the shit, but I appreciate you. Stay with me. Don't bounce. But if Crazy Legs responds, that's where I have to say the boxing, fuck the celebrity boxing. Stop giving everybody else the money. You're part of a founding group of 4 founders, and he's part of a legendary group that really like stepped up and did their thing in the rap game. And Crazy Legs is an old break dancer. He was around when break dancing was happening, when he was one of the people that was involved with the breakdancing, the creations, and all of that. I don't know to a certain extent, but he was one of them forefathers on that level. He's from the Bronx. He's from Sedgwick Avenue, in that area vicinity. So he's been around way before Lord Jamal's been around. And what he said is, Lord Jamal was from another county, and he's years younger than him. So Lord Jamal, you speaking like you speaking for all the black community when you state what you state, because yesterday when I was doing my segment, I caught on to what he was saying. He was trying to encourage us not to go and buy Fat Joe's album. Why not? If you like Fat Joe and you've been liking Fat Joe, who is he to deter you away from Fat Joe because of the feelings that he have? That's wrong. That's like me trying to manipulate your mind to get you to stop fucking with people because I have views on them. You could like them, you could support them. Yeah, it is what it is, because he gives off weird vibes, man, and it bothers me. I'm from the town. I'm a younger dude, younger than him, and watched how he do it. I have a rapport with his brothers more or less than I do with him. His brother's daughter and my niece share the name in common. They used to live on the same floor as me in the projects. I saw Lord Jamal in the projects when they were shooting the Slow Down video. That was a while back, and then I saw him maybe one time after that. He was visiting the family. But him making statements about the Latino community is bothering me because his brother has 2 babies by a Latino woman. So when you speaking like this and then you add hip hop into the shit, you make people like me want to do research on what you saying. And I did do research on what you see it on the last vlog. If you go to the last vlog I did, I break it down. Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latino, Afro-American. Those 3 races created the hip hop. Now, before it had a name and you want to say who rallied and had the sound and stuff, word. Yeah, and that's the bad thing about it, Chris, is that somebody else threw the spark plug in this situation and he backed away from it, got a mouthpiece like Lord Jamar, who's looking like a radical right now. I'm not saying he is, but the way he's speaking and defending something that wasn't defending nothing back 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they just popped up out of nowhere because they want to stake ownership, because hip hop done broadened out and touched all races, and all races have a superstar or 2 or 3, and now everybody feeling like they forgotten about. That shit is whack, man. You should be like a proud parent to see his son make it. That's how I look at it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. This is real, bro. This is part of a culture and a way of life that people have been grown up off of, watching, emulating, and then you got people who's been at them stages and them ladders. Small artists, what's up? It's crazy. Nah, Lord Jamar cannot be no better artist than Fat Joe. Lord Jamar, nah. Niggas is wild. Listen to what Crazy Legs say.
I mean, horribly bad. And your attempt to cause division has only caused people to want to learn more. And as they learn more, I mean, one of the things they find out is that you weren't there. Everyone's finding out Lord Jamar wasn't there. Lord Jamar is several years younger, and Lord Jamar was in a different county. And how old could Lord Jamar have been when all this was happening? Like, when you start doing the math and the geography, you realize that his credibility is shot, you know? But yeah, Lord Jamar, what's up, man? You want to jump in the ring? Let's have a little exhibition and get some
Love is
work
love
in.
always. The
And
small artist.
you know, let's donate the money for a good cause, man. Yo, Jamar, you haven't done something good in a long time, man. We could do something good. All right? Let me know, man. Let me know. Maybe I'll unblock you.
This is what it is. This is what it is, man. And now we go into Lord Jamar and listen to what he got to say about Fat Joe. Now we gonna hear Lord Jamar speak.
Let's do it like this. Hang on. What's up, people? Make sure you click this like button. This is going to be enjoyable. This is going to be enjoyable. Let's see. Let's go to music. What the shit? Okay, I can't see the shit. Add music. Dance that came from the culture. Don't be like the other man and act like a vulture. All day influences, FBA. I'll say it's true right to this day. You says such an elegant tune. Let's address the. It says such a.
I don't want to hear his music. I want to hear him talk.
My guy.
Facts. Shout outs to Eminem. Fucks with Eminem. Shout outs to 50 Cent, man. 50 Cent actually came through New Row, and this was when the Wankster shit was happening. When he was out there dropping the Wankster shit, he came through New Row. Shout out to Ant Nosworthy, man. He's from New Row, brought him through there, man. Like, cats be weird, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It is a little disappointing.
Man, get to talking, man. Nobody want to hear this shit, bro.
Standing on business is a sin to them. It really is, man. It really is. You know what's interesting? How come it's okay for people like Fat Joe to have Latino pride? They could have Latino pride and, you know, the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And
what's wrong with having a little pride, bro? You taught us to have black pride, right? When y'all was kicking that wake up and slow down and all this other shit. Punks jump up to get beat down. You was teaching us to feel good about ourselves, be strong about what the fuck was going on in our life. So why can't Puerto Ricans have no Puerto Rican pride, bro? Why can't Haitians have Haitian pride? Why not? Why the pagans can't practice their pagan holidays? Who is you to be giving out dialogue like this is how it's supposed to be going? This is the shit that bothers me. This is why you need to sit down with them people and get you showing that you ignorant, man. This is the real shit that's really troubling me, man. Because niggas watch you do your thing, man. Niggas watch you do whatever you did, man. Niggas can do whatever they want. See, everybody's taking that diss word to person a little bit to heart. Did that person touch you or he just said shit? You got a voice, you could speak back on it. If he's spitting out lies, you could counter with the truth. People are emotional nowadays, man. The white people diss us all the time. Nobody gets on their pages and talks shit. That's the thing that bothers me and brings division amongst our people, is that we're quick to go at each other and really get at each other with the bullyish type mentality and the real like harsh tone of words, even through text messages and comments. But we won't attack the real oppressors that be talking that shit.
You know, but we
that'll call you a nigga in your face.
Can't have nothing. We can't have nothing to be proud of.
I don't understand that. What you mean you can't have nothing to be proud of? You taught us to be black and be proud, bro. I don't know why you saying that. Black people are the most racist towards each other, bro. We worried about everybody else and keep saying this dumb shit. But who's killing black people the most? Black people. We killing each other so much, we got other races thinking it's okay to just mow us down. Look at what's happening. Black people getting killed all over the place, and people are killing us and getting off. But a black person kill a black person, you go in jail for life. Believe that. They're going to find it in their heart to crucify everything. So why are we not getting at the people who crucify us the most? Why we always want to beef with each other?
Can't have nothing that's ours.
You can't have nothing that's ours. What's ours? What is ours? I'm trying to say something. What is ours, though? Everybody's talking about hip-hop started in the Bronx. Hip-hop started by black people, but nobody's giving the South Africans or the African or nobody's giving the Africans. Hip-hop is not giving the true acknowledgement to where it came from. Not black Americans. It came from Africa. It just was molded and gave a name in America by black Americans who have African, Latino, and Caribbean descent. DJ Kool Herc, one of the founders, is a Jamaican immigrant, not a Jamaican American, not a black American. He's a Jamaican immigrant. I believe my ancestors were stolen. I don't believe all of them came on a ship or came however they came. I believe some of them were sold out by their own people. I believe that. Some of our ancestors were sold out by our own people. That's a fact. He said he's one of the founders, man. But if you challenging that, then I'll look it up and come back with some more research. Since you said that, I'm going to go look up something. And I'll make sure I get in contact with you, Fortune. Because that's what's going around is saying that he was one of the founders. He's a Jamaican immigrant. I could still learn. See, that's the problem with everybody. Everybody don't want to learn. Everybody want to be the person that think they know everything. No, there's a thing called education. It's called education for a reason because it gives you the opportunity to educate. I can learn from you. I can learn from anybody. But at the end of the day, don't just feed me the shit like you know that's a fact and you didn't do no research on it yourself.
You want to have Southside and hip hop too, huh? You want to have it all, huh? We can't have nothing. But it.
Who's we though? Who's we though? He said you want to have salsa and hip hop. All that's from Africa, man. Why you keep saying we? Who the fuck is we when you say this we shit?
It's okay to, yeah, Latino pride. And then act like we're the ones that's racist. Although I've seen videos from my man Panda Chop where, yo, they had an engineer that used to engineer for these guys, for Fat Joe and them, and he looked like he's Spanish, but he not. And they said Joe was in there talking about, the Cocolos or whatever, they've been running shit too long. It's our turn. And
that's just competitive spirit, nigga. You take that serious, nigga. It's just like me saying, yo, these niggas been running shit mad long. It's time for us to move in, man. Typical hustle shit. But everybody want to flip and manipulate shit to when they want to make people believe it's a certain way. There's no offense by the shit. It's just like him being in a room with his homeboy saying, yo, what up, nigga? We tired of these niggas over here doing this. Just like when they was rappers. They was tired of being just close proximity rappers. I'm tired of doing this shit. These niggas done had it for a minute. Cause they don't be talking all proper like that when they not in front of no camera or on no stage, man. Don't let this man fool you. I know of him, man. The man from my city, man. Niggas use the word nigga too.
And hey, I guess it's okay to feel like that, but let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. And then it's like, it's a lot of nigga talk too, like coming out Joe's mouth too, as somebody.
You're not tough. If that man get in your face and say nigga in your face, what you gonna do to him? Crazy Legs already said when he approached you on a situation, you wanted to give him a hug and beef with somebody else. You didn't want to handle the situation right there with Crazy Legs, but you spoke on that man. Who are you, bro? Like, Who are you to say how somebody could speak, how somebody could think, how somebody could move, how somebody's a, who are you to, man, you just speak for yourself. You dropped this podcast 2 days ago and got 72,000 views on it. How many people are listening to this material? I'm just trying to figure out how you talking about it right now.
That doesn't really fuck with foundational Black Americans. I don't know. I feel like he was.
Who's the foundation? Who's the foundational Black Americans? Who's the foundational Black Americans? Somebody help me with this. Drop it in the comments. Because I'm going to do some research on that too. I didn't hear about this foundational Black American stuff 20 years ago, 10 years ago. I didn't hear about these people. So somebody help me out. Drop in the comments who these people are. Nah, Purvis, I don't. I just want to be educated, to be smart, to understand what the fuck both sides is talking about. I don't want to be Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican's black, stupid. Shows that you a dummy. You one of them people that like controversy because you're not you're uneducated.
The one that kind of gave that, you know?
Probably didn't even graduate.
Made it cool because we thought, you know, I don't know, are you with us or not? Yeah, well.
Somebody tell me where Puerto Rican come from. Comes from European, African, Spanish, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. European, African, and Spanish. Somehow. Know what that means? That means a slave master raped a slave or had control of a slave and brought him to an island where they had sex with a Native American. Why ain't nobody speaking about the Native American? Look up where Puerto Rican come from. This dude Purvis, you know he sound like a hurt person. You hurt. You be all right.
You know, I'm saying, I love my Puerto Ricans. I love my Jamaicans, my Guyanese, Trinidadians. Listen.
Where all them names come from? Where all them names come from? Because all them races that he just named came from the West Indies. And if you break down the word West Indies, it's the West Indian. So that means that land was already settled on by the Indians. Africans was brought there. Mix-up happened. They put a name on it. They put a name on it. What is a Puerto Rican? I'm asking because I want to know. Look it up. Do research.
I don't care who you are. I love people. You know what I mean? Humanity.
How could you say that? You love people. You love humanity. I'm stopping it on everything. You ain't been back to the city in dumb long. You came back in July, August of this past summer because they had some money for you to perform. But that was the only time niggas saw you out here. You from out here. Like I said in the last one, you from the water. You ain't come back and do nothing for the city, for the kids. Fuck the grown-ups. You ain't do shit for the kids. You ain't have a book bag give back. You ain't have a toy drive. Nothing, nigga. But you got so much to say. Sad thing about it, you done brainwashed enough people to believe that bullshit you saying is true, though. Those are people I feel sorry for. Wasn't they trying to protect y'all back in the days from the blind leading y'all? Then they say the white man was the devil and the black man was God, right? Ask them who's been cutting their checks the last couple years. Ask them who's been cutting their checks when they got on. Ask them who they got these deals with. Ask Lord Jamar, do Vlad pay him at least 10, 15,000 to do an interview? Ask him, do he get money from Vlad? Do he get money from the Art of Dialogue? Do he get money from YouTube, period? Now, with his podcast, that's another lane. He monetizing. He getting bread off that. But when you doing these vlog interviews, you getting paid for that. So who's cutting? What nationality is cutting you? I mean, what race is cutting your check, Lord Jamal? The FBA, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with the black man getting money, because I get money. But at the end of the day, if you was preaching that the white man was the devil and you doing business with the white man behind everybody back, matter of fact, more or less in their face, then that's a form of hypocrisy, if you ask me. Come on, man. Hold shut. Shut. 22. Answer that question. Because you must have heard their music when they first came out. They was on some God body shit. They was all about the black power. But they wasn't telling you that they had these contracts with the white devil that they was teaching us to not like, man. Remember, there was a little controversy around the brand Nubians. A lot of their music, they tried to get censored because they was anti-white, man. But that didn't go too far because they started getting money with the white man. So at the end of the day, you can't be pro-black in the face and then doing business with the white man and collect the bread. If you're going to be on that level, do business with your people and build your people up. Start from that. Build your people up. No, they're going to do the deals. He took a shot at Eminem before, too. Because Eminem was a nice rapper. So at the end of the day, what's his beef? He's looking like he's just taking shots at people. You talk about everything, but you don't talk about how you never come back to your city and do nothing for the kids. You don't never come back to the city and pass by the hood and check for the OG niggas that showed up at the shows with y'all and made sure you niggas was safe at every show, nigga. You know, 8, Wise, Biggie, Ant Walker. We could keep going. These is OGs in my hood, bro. These is OGs from my hood, man, that made sure y'all was safe at every performance that y'all was at. You don't even come back, my nigga. So how you speaking like this is crazy. You say you love your people, you love everybody and all this, and you say that with a chuckle. So you don't really mean that shit, because I can prove that you didn't come back to the city that helped get you right and had your back when you first started this shit. Shout outs to January. Appreciate you. Hit the like button. We just talking about how the old rappers is trying to really cause confusion and division in this rap that all of us grew up off of. Nah, there was other means for black men to get money. They gave the sound a name. Give the credit to where it started. It started back in Africa, man. It can't start over here unless it started somewhere. Come on, man. I'm not... 2021, 2022, I fed my community the whole summers out of my pocket. Didn't get no help from nobody. You could look that up. You could ask about me. I'm an advocate for my community. My brother was killed by the police, so I advocate for my community. You can look that up. I had a toy drive, free haircuts. I give clothes and shoes to the homeless people. I give money to the homeless people. Yeah, I try to give people angles on how to start their own business free of charge. I don't charge my people at all. So yeah, I'm one of them guys. Respectfully. And what made me this way was listening to how cats like Lord Jamal and all the other dudes before me was preaching in the beginning. So it made me believe, yeah, to become more community, more community. Iron sharpens iron. My brother's keeper type shit. I did more for my community than the rappers from my community. And that was out of my own pocket. And that was before I had established my own companies. See, I own my own companies. I'm a businessman. I show people how to obtain businesses, licenses, LLC they shit, get grants from the banks, all of that shit. I'm one of those guys that help my hood that way. I used to be a knucklehead, get in trouble and all that. But then my daughter made me make her a promise when she was 11 to leave that life alone. And this is where I'm at now with the shit. But at the end of the day, everything that I was following turned out later on to be good advice because I took what I took from it. But the teachers were starting to look suspect now. Now it's a boxing match that wants to happen between Crazy Legs and Lord Jamal. I'm going to tell y'all, Lord Jamal might not accept that match. I'm not saying it because he's soft, or I'm not calling him soft. I'm not saying that he won't defend his honor or all that, but he probably won't take that because he feels that he shouldn't have to. And honestly speaking, a sit down is really what needs to happen. Fuck the boxing match, because now celebrity boxing match want to exploit my two elders from getting that shit. Nah, maybe they can have some dialogue to change the whole fucking shit around. Maybe Crazy Legs could give him some insight on how to come back home and do something, give out some book bags or something. Come out here and give out some blankets to the homeless people. You ain't got to do much for everybody in the fucking city. Nobody's asking you to cover the whole city's bill. You know niggas are struggling in the street. Niggas ain't got no homes. Niggas are sleeping on the street, man. Bring them a sleeping bag or a fucking, or a blanket, thick blanket or something. You know what I'm saying? Cut all this extra shit out because niggas love to see niggas beefing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas love to see niggas beefing. January, respectfully, go a little bit deeper. Now look up what races created hip hop. And it's going to show you 3 different races. 3. Not 1, 3. What races created hip hop? Look it up right now. Come back with your comments. Not 1, 3. 3. That's the realest shit. You know how I know? I looked it up yesterday. I looked it up yesterday. Look. What that say? Latino inner city communities. African American, Afro Caribbean, you see it? You see it, right? You see it, right? It's not one, it's three. I got you. Hold on. You want to show more? You want to show more? Jamaican Americans. Yeah. Yeah. Our people. We made it the name hip hop. We made it the name rap. We also have part of creating it. Yes. Afro Caribbeans, Afro Latinos, Jamaican Americans, every nationality has a part of creating the hip hop. Black Americans. No, I'm not Jamaican. My father's from Barbados. My mother's from the South Bronx. She's from Jackson Avenue Projects. But her roots go back to the Bahamas, which is West Indian. That comes from Africa. All of that. So, yeah, I'm full-blooded West Indian. I was just born in America. So I do have the West Indian American stamp on me. But I really don't. I claim it as a African West Indian stamp, African West Indian American stamp. That's my origin. That's where when I dig into my ancestry and I go back to my roots, I know exactly where I come from. So the FBA, which is the Foundational Black Americans, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody can help me. I'm looking it up right now. Foundational Black American FBA is a term used to describe a black person whose bloodline can be traced back to American slave system. Because they didn't know how to perfect the art of rapping. They just knew how to perfect the art of the sound. That's what it was. But there's some people that came up from back in the days before these people talking about it. They knew how to do all of that. I'm just doing some research on the FBA right now. To be considered a FBA, at least one of a person's parents must have been a non-immigrant in the United States. People whose lineage can be traced back to slavery in the Caribbean are not considered FBAs. FBAs are part of a group of black identity groups that also include American descendants of slavery and Black First. These groups are known for their hardline distances on social issues and their efforts to disengage Black Americans from voting while they present themselves nonpartisan. Some research suggests that they lean toward conservative ideology. So basically, with my heritage and where my people's bloodlines come from, being that I was born in America, I can consider myself part of the FBA. That's what you're telling me? It said it. The FBA was founded by Tariq Nasheed. see what this brother's about. Yeah, Africa started breakdancing. Look it up. I'm telling you, man. Everything started in Africa. How they got music, they got it from us, man. And when I say us, I mean all people of color. So he gives his own ideology on women who date, black women who date white men. And a lot of people's not considered real hip hop then. Because a lot of people who's in this hip hop culture and hip hop life right now, they wasn't born in the Bronx in the 70s and 80s. Everybody else becomes students of this thing called hip hop. Lord Jamar wasn't born in the Bronx in the 70s and the 80s. He's from New Rochelle, New York. That's Westchester County. As the dancers come across the land, we, the people over here, perfect our own way of perfecting the dance. There's a lot of dances that was invented over here that was influenced by back in the lands. Hip hop influences everything. Let's get this correct. But the starting of it, a lot of people wasn't around them times that's given their own opinion. See, what they're doing is they're trying to place their personal opinion into history. That's right. You're right. You're right, hip hop schematics. Hip hop back in the days had a message. January, all the dance moves that you see, everybody creating, they were influenced by rhythm. Before you was even born, before your mother, if she's still alive, and father, if he's still alive, bless their heart, before they was born, their peoples go back, their peoples and their peoples. You got somebody that goes all the way back in your family tree that was a great dancer. It ain't something that you just picked up. You was born with rhythm. They say black people and anything from the black race was born with the rhythm because the rhythm was already a sound. And that sound traveled through peoples. That's a fact, January. Hip hop schematics. Shout outs to East 180th Street. Yeah, my family was from off of the concourse, 170th. I have family on Andrews Avenue. My mom's is from Jackson Avenue. My grandparents was from Jackson Avenue. They lived on Jackson Avenue and then they moved to Unionport and stayed in them sections between 60 and 70 years. I was all through the Bronx as a little kid, man. The 80s, I was out in the Bronx. See, I'm a 77 baby. So 86, 87, I was in the Bronx at grandma's house looking at the people pulling out the cardboard, spinning all on the concrete, the big radios, dumb big. It used to look like you used to have two people have to hold it. The old long Cadillacs with the candy paint, all that shit. The Adidas sweatsuits, the Kango hats. Man, I'd show you some shit, man. I tell you some shit. I was around, but I wasn't involved with it. I could just tell you from what I experienced growing up, being a youngin' around that time. Me and my brother used to come back from my aunt's house, chilling with my older cousin. He used to be on the hip hop shit. He never did the break dance and shit. He used to pop lock and all that. Then we used to watch his friends do the spinning, the shoulder spinning, all that. And we used to try to come back up to Westchester County and break dance and do all types of funny shit. Niggas thought we was bugging out. So, I can't really speak on shit like that, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Was Crazy Legs in Beat Street? Was Crazy Legs in Beat Street hip hop schematics? I think he was, right? Crazy Legs was in Beat Street, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I think Crazy Legs was in Beat Street. Remember the battle at the Roxy? You know what time it was when you seen that, right? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, man. You don't do shit like that, bro. You don't try to embarrass somebody, man. Nah. Nah, that's crazy, bro. Nah, that's the shit that I'm saying, though. But Godfrey had...
Do you got some footage?
Godfrey had Crazy Legs on the show. Crazy Legs was breaking down stuff. Of course. Where did it come from, January? You saying it's as early as the 1900s, right? You think they was black Americans? Or they was just labeled black Americans? They was slaves back in the 1900s. So where the slaves come from? In the 1900s, where the slaves come from? America didn't just have a whole bunch of black people out here that wanted to be taken over and become slaves. Those slaves was brought over here from somewhere. It's just not making no sense no more, man. But yeah, man, these two generals need to sit down and be the leaders and the forefathers that they portray to be, and if there has to be some dialogue, man. Fuck niggas want box, man. Stop letting these people exploit y'all like this. Y'all letting these people exploit y'all like this just for some views and some fucking money. Come on, man. Do the right thing. Y'all legends, man. Y'all should be getting like a pension from this shit. That's what y'all should be pushing for, a pension. Y'all should be approaching all these executives and demanding a pension. I do research. I don't play games with the research. I don't play games with the research at all. But at the end of the day, this ain't nobody's. Can't take the shit with you. Peace. You can't take the shit with you, man. All it is just two brothers going at each other in the eyes of the world right now, and it became the hottest topic on the fucking land right now. We can agree to disagree, but my man's like, for real, this shit is getting out of hand. These dudes got connections to people where they could have went and sat down and ate, or went and smoked a blunt at somebody's crib and talked this shit out and got a better understanding what the fuck going on. But Lord Jamal, a spade is a spade, nigga. You can't be out here getting out here talking like that, and you ain't never came back to your fucking city unless they told you they have money for you. If you gonna lead, do the right thing. Don't try to check people and say this and why can't we have? Who the hell is we, bro? You speak for you and a few people that follow you and a host of people that follow you, but that we means all of us in a collective, and you don't speak for me. Fat Joe's black. He got some of that black in him. He grew up in the hood. I'm not going to say he's a saint, because there's some qualms that Pun's wife have with him, Pun's son have with him. I'm not going to say he all the way a saint, but at the end of the day, I'm not to say that hip-hop is mine. I'm not to say hip-hop is mine and you can't be a part of it, and go see if your peoples in your motherland will help you, because without my people, man, you making it a divide right there. I bet you can't go to your motherland and get no help from your people. Fat Joe don't know. See, Fat Joe is, from what he was speaking on, right? Right. But what I'm speaking on about, Fat Joe, right? And this is somewhat in the defense of what he's talking about, because where these people come from, these people are following. See, I can't get with the followers, bro. How you speak, Lord Jamal, how you speaking for somebody's organization that started it and made you believe what he was saying was right? Your point is, niggas be killing me with this shit, man. Who the fuck cares about it? Hip hop's dying anyway. Nas said it a whole long time ago. Hip hop's dead. And when he was talking like that, he saw how the shit changed into a business. It wasn't hip hop no more. It was a business. So all this shit that's happening right now pertaining to hip hop is all out for financial gain and business. And that's why we have shit like this going on, to make us as a people, basically, these niggas is literally not even doing, they basically be not even trying hard, but trying to make us pick a side, bro. Both y'all motherfuckers is black. All three of y'all black. Lord Jamal, you just got a little bit more melanin. Your shit goes back a little bit more with the black race, but Puerto Ricans have a little bit of other combined into it. The shit is all whack though. Like it's three brothers going at it. Because Fat Joe said, nigga, everybody wanna think he's racist. He was one, if not the only Puerto Rican child growing up in Forest Avenue projects at the time when he was coming up. So all his friends was black. He heard that word like it was part of the fucking English literature. Yo, nigga, yo, nigga, yo, yo, yo. We do that, though. We don't mean it in disrespect. We mean it as in speaking like, who the fuck is these niggas? I don't even know these niggas. And that's exactly how us black people approach conversations when we hearing shit from people we don't even fucking know. Who the fuck is these niggas? Who the fuck is these broke niggas? That's what he said because he got money where he could feel like he could say, yo, who the fuck is these broke niggas? I mean, because I don't know how you approach that. Fat Joe was probably hanging around cats that didn't take what he was saying as disrespect because it was part of their language amongst each other. So when he get in a room where he feel like he could relate and everybody's making him feel comfortable, because why Mav Hoffa didn't stop him short from saying that word? See, that's the question that needs to be asked. Why Mav Hoffa and them didn't say, yo, Joe, man, chill out, man. You using that shit a little bit too much, OG. I mean, we understand what you getting into. But, you know, if anybody in that barbershop took offense to him using the word nigga like that in his speech, then they should have been the ones to correct that right then and there. Not leave it up for Lord Jamal or anybody else to give their views on what happened. That shit should have been clipped right there in the barbershop. Yo, big homie. Yeah, New York's broken up. Because everybody placed themselves in these categories, in these boxes. There's no more networking out of love with potential gain. Everybody's walking into something to be paid for. Like, even the nobodies is saying, yo, you want to talk to me, you got to pay me. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay me. What? I got to pay. I don't even know you, bro. Who are you? You got something going on? You want me to pay you for an interview? All right, you an upcoming rapper. You try and break a record and all that. But you ain't got no resume. And I got to pay you? Nah. It should have been corrected properly, though. Honestly. They should have said if they felt any disrespect, see, they didn't feel, because that's normal speech amongst the hood niggas. Like, if you feel comfortable. And Fat Joe, come on, man. He's Puerto Rican, yes. He's black, too. He grew up amongst a lot of black people. I'm not defending anything. I'm just giving you the facts. That was probably their way of speech amongst each other. So why can't they have that speech on the phone? Yo, let's meet up. Let's have some dialogue, man. We don't need to be going here with this, man. A lot of people following us and they looking at what this shit is going into, and it's turning into something that could probably cause something wrong to happen. Because now it could go from just them having dialogue to now blacks and Spanish is beefing for what these guys is saying about something that they don't even own they motherfucking self. This is what everybody got to catch on to. It's going to get deeper than this. No freaky. Them having their differences, appreciate you. Them having their differences about their emotional feelings about being a part of history, that out of them three dudes, one dude was around. And he was the last person to speak in response to shots being took at him. The other two, they just came up and started doing their thing and all that. But what it's starting to look like is now it's going to turn into something racial, and it shouldn't even be happening like this. That's why I said the sit down needs to happen, because there's a lot of supporters that love Fat Joe that are crash outs. A lot of people that love Crazy Legs that are crash outs. A lot of people that love Lord Jamar that are crash out. But why people got to crash out over these people playing puppeteer with their emotions and their views? What happened to the grown man shit? What happened to hitting a nigga on the phone, or even making a call to his mutual friend and say, yo, we need to sit down and talk, because this shit is about to turn out and be a different thing. And it's that's the problem. But who compensates off of the racial shit? We don't compensate, because it'd extend and go somewhere further down the road to where somebody's going to jail for a long period of time. Somebody ends up hurt, or God forbid, dead, and somebody mama crying. Now it's all types of shit going on, and now it turns into an ongoing thing, and now it's a racial beef. Now it turns into a racial war. Respectfully, I think this shit needs to stop, and it needs to stop fast, because with these people with this type of power and control of the media, and they famous to where they can get to these other podcasts and platforms that got a big following, it gets ugly now. Crazy Legs, Fat Joe, Lord Jamar, sit the fuck down, please. Have a talk. Smoke a blunt. Take a shot of liquor. Don't gotta go further than that. Cause what happens if both these people accept the celebrity boxing match and one get whooped on bad? The other, whoever got whooped on, their people's gonna feel some type of way. And that's how beefs be starting. You heard? Niggas be emotional, B. Niggas will start a long-term beef over something so petty. Like back in the days, a pretty girl got you hurt if she was fucking with this dude and fucking with his rival on the other side. Now niggas get hurt over the origins of hip-hop, bro. Seriously? Niggas want to have boxing matches, celebrity boxing matches over the origins of hip-hop? This is what it comes to? This is what the forefathers and the OGs in the game is. This is what this shit comes to? Niggas is taking shots at the youngins trying to do what y'all did and become successful like y'all. It's looking like y'all don't want people to eat, man. They're not supposed to be leaders and OGs moving like this. Shouldn't be no fucking dialogue on this shit, man. Y'all niggas is bugging. That FBA shit, we don't even know who the fuck that really is. Where the fuck was he at 30 years ago? Where was he at 40 years ago when it started? Like, this is the shit that turns shit upside down. You know who's sitting back and benefiting from it? The person who started it. The person who started it got a mouthpiece, which is Lord J. And Lord J don't give a fuck. He's proven he don't give a fuck. He gonna say what he say. So when you say what you say, expect responses. I remember Lord Jamar on Oz, and after Oz was over, he didn't come back to New Rochelle and do nothing for these kids out here. I'm from the same city he from. I came up watching them niggas. And even back then, they wasn't moving right, nigga. But they want you to follow their word and what they kicking, and nah, nigga. Right is right. This shit is ridiculous and it's stupid, man. But at the end of the day, man, I appreciate everybody for chatting, stopping in, man. Share this, man. I'll be on tomorrow night. We gonna do this shit every night, man. We gonna have some dialogue. I'm gonna get up off of this shit because I said what I had to say, right? But we get into real topics. We talk about real shit that going on in the world. These kids being kidnapped. the injustices that people face against the politicians and law enforcement. This just ain't debates on hip hop and Lord Jamar and all these other people. Peace. Make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, man. Stay tuned. Hit the notification bell. Give you updates on when I'm tapping in, man. Till then, educate yourself. Educate the ones around you, man. If you save one, you saved enough. Because that one gonna save somebody else too. Love us always, man.